that would be much appreciated. Oh, cool hat there, Lisa.
Ooh, I like it, Lisa.
Lisa, what are you got going on there, Lisa?
Ooh, I like that one.
Oh.
I want that.
Hey, I'm able to do the share. Unless somebody else needs that.
Okay, I'm gonna record.
All right. I'm able to do the
Hold tight. Okay, I'm gonna record.
All right. I'm able to do this.
That is so annoying. I got it. That is so annoying though. Happens every single time. All right, we're going to record on this so that we can put it on the podcast. We got to check off all these things, and I might as well go ahead and share our disclaimer, guys. This is the ER Shred Come Alive call. This is where we share live, unpaid testimonials of the ER Shred protocol, and the disclaimer is posted on Facebook. I'm also going to post our disclaimer in the chat that we do not attempt to treat, cure, prevent any illness. We do not give medical advice, and we always encourage people to seek the medical advice of their health professionals. I'm going to mute you guys for just one sec. So, hello, Crystal Escobar.
Hi.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? It's good to have you here. Crystal's going to take off at some point to go get our daughter.
In about 20 minutes, so
yeah.
I gotta take her to tumbling.
But it's so good to have her with us. And with that said, just a couple things to cover. Number one, Jesse's call last night. I just thought that was,
I
I don't know what's going on. View, somehow Jason hijacked my technology here, and all I can see is Jason and his
Facebook
beautiful wife.
Up, but I just wonder if that's what it is.
Jason, it's the weirdest thing. Like, you're just stuck on my screen. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, we like looking at you guys.
You got this awesome...
beautiful people.
Okay, so just bear with it. It'll figure its way out, I'm sure. But the call last night was awesome because what did Jesse? I just want to reinforce. What did Jesse? What did he announce? What did he announce? You know, he's funny because he likes to tease people. So what did he do? He kind of said, we got an addition. We have an addition to ER Shred. And I got all these people like coming in, what's the addition? What are you adding to ER Shred? What the heck? What is this? And I'm chuckling because I know what it is. And and you guys, it is important. We want you moving. We want you moving. We've got to move, deliberately move. And don't tell me, well, I walk from, my house to the car and I walk from my car to work. No. We're talking about deliberate movement for yourself. Okay. Preferably outside, preferably in nature.
Preferably barefoot.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do that. We went on almost a whole hike the other day. Barefoot.
Yeah, I'm trying to get those feet strengthened. We're trying to go more native and savage.
Grounding, connecting to the earth. Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just good for the soul. So ER Shredders, we're going a little more primal and a little more and a little more and a little more. Not saying you guys are all going to be chomping down raw liver in the near future. Like, that's probably never going to happen. But it doesn't have to happen because we just need to go so far so that we can rediscover, our source, so that we can operate at a higher vibration. So this is what we're about. I hope you dig it because I so dig it. The other thing he announced was Gratitude Tuesday, and that's awesome. Is that not awesome?
What?
Gratitude Tuesday.
Oh, I like that.
Tuesday. So, Tuesdays, everybody's going to come on and post the things that they're grateful for and all that, all the goodness, all the positivity, and that was Jesse's idea that he came up with a long time ago. And so I'm all for it, 100%. It's awesome. This is good stuff, you guys. I hope you appreciate that. We just want to bring goodness into the lives of our community. That's what this is all about. So next thing, it's important. Next thing is we've got a Heart of ER Shred award winner that we want to reveal on this very phone call. And I just want to say, my mom's on the call. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mama.
Hi, Randy.
I love you, Mom. So I love you, Dad. They're always together. You can guarantee they're always together. You can't tell either of them a secret because they're always together. But Heart of ER Shred is named after a very special person who's on this call, and her name is Mimi Terrell, and she is the Heart of ER Shred. And for obvious reason, for any of you that know her and the process, why it's so meaningful and it's so special. So anybody that receives this award, you don't get a plaque, you don't get, at some point, I hope to offer something, and we'll do that down the road, probably in the form of ER Shred gear, something like that. But for now, you just get our adoration and our respect and our gratitude. And you get to carry that, that title, and it's meaningful to us. This Heart of ER Shred award winner she's awesome, man. Like, she freaking came alive, and the whole community got to feel it. And it was really fun, and it was really moving, and it still is. And she's still on fire, and she's still pushing the boundaries, and she's getting better, and she's getting stronger. And, so with nothing further said, the Heart of ER Shred award winner tonight is Susan Marie Look. We love you, Susan. We love you.
Susan.
We love you so much, and you're so badass. That's what you are.
Yeah.
So much. Tell her.
Yeah, we love you, Susan.
Tell her that she's that.
You are badass.
Crystal's learning to swear. She didn't do very well at that for a while, but she
had to give me some lessons. And
All
Jesse too is teaching me.
Jesse can't stop swearing, and even when I try to get him to stop swearing, he finds go-arounds for swearing. So it's all good. It's all good. We love you, Jesse. All right, first up on our list of testimonials. By the way, that award is given not on our behalf, on behalf of the ER Shred board. Okay, that's all of the board. We all chose you, Susan, and so we want you to know that you were chosen on behalf of the entire board, and it is an honor that we feel is quite meaningful. And so all of you ER Shred Heart winners, you're very special to us. Very, very much so. Jason Young, you out there? Okay. Jason, are you out there still under that palm tree? Can you unmute? I just asked you to unmute.
My bad. There we go. How about now?
Yeah.
How about now?
Yo, buddy.
Hey,
Hello, introduce us to your beautiful wife there, would you?
this is Mark Cole.
Hi.
My wife for 22 years, 21 years.
25 in May.
20.
Oh.
Seems like yesterday.
That's, you're on a trip, you're in a warm
know. How
climate.
old am I?
It's not wise to do that.
I don't even know.
That was one of those jokes you're going to regret later.
I think I'm 40. I think I'm
Yeah.
40. So.
It's all good. I
So
know where he
Jason-
sleeps. It's okay.
So Jason, remind me your wife's name. I didn't catch it.
Mark Cole. It's
Mark
a combination of Mark and Nicole.
Very
Oh,
cool.
cute.
Mark
Yeah.
Cole. All right.
Yeah.
Jason went on ER Shred originally way back.
Mhm.
When was that?
Yeah.
Was that October of 2020?
2 days ago was the anniversary of the first steak and shake day.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Buddy. Yeah, buddy. And you came alive, and you are a part of ER Shred, as everybody knows. You're very special to us. So can you tell us, I guess we don't have time to go through your whole story.
Yeah.
But give us an update, would you? Like,
Yeah.
we want to hear how you've been doing and what's the everything.
Yeah. So following the lifestyle, we're both following the lifestyle, at least 85-90% of the time. We our business takes us on the road, and we do we just got done with our fair season not too long ago. And so this is our off season. This is downtime for us. We'll start back up again in February. So we're just enjoying the Arizona weather. And but while we're on the road, of course, super easy to make a shake, and not so easy with fair food all around. But we managed to do. We were in Yuma, Arizona, what, a month and a half, 2 months ago?
A month and a half ago.
Month and a half ago. And we did a perfect 11-day while we were working in the fair, and we had right across from us, they had pineapple Dole Whip and chocolate dipped bananas. There was cinnamon rolls going by and kettle corn smell all around, you know.
Yeah.
And if we had anything from one of the fair vendors, it was pulled pork and brisket in a boat. And I said, just give me a meat boat. Do you want barbecue sauce? Nope, just the meat in the boat, just the meat. Okay, take it right off the smoker, put it in the boat, give it to me. And then we take it back and we.
You're like, never mind. I'm coming back there. I'll do it.
So then we just take the meat back and throw a bunch of butter and Himalayan salt on it and chow down. And people are looking at us like, is it just the meat? Is that you just? Because it came from like nachos with mac and cheese smothered in cheese sauce. They had like one whole meal on chips with the meat in it. And I was like, just take all that nonsense away. So anyway, so we did really well, right?
Mhm.
Marcole dropped like 20 pounds and
Yeah,
went
I was a size 14, and by the time we left, I was in my size 8 jeans.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that
it was
week at the
awesome.
fair in 11 days. And then
Went from a
but
size 14 to a size 8.
Yeah.
Bob, what is with all you? Bob, mute, you little rascal, you.
yeah,
But more than that, I felt amazing. Like it was easy to work till
Bob,
midnight.
hey, here's what's cool, Marcole. Did you hear Bob go say, went from a size 14 to an 8? That's what everybody thought.
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but more than that, I felt amazing. It was easy to work till midnight on our feet and then get back up at 7 o'clock and be back out at 10 o'clock in the morning until midnight.
Yeah, we're working
So,
14 hours,
on
right?
our
So
feet by ourselves.
we got a cooler full of water
Yeah.
in our shake packets and a little blender. And we're just on our feet 14 hours a day. So that helps too, for sure. But
Yeah.
That's
she-
awesome.
she's-
Okay, I gotta ask.
she's been keeping me in line.
Yeah.
like-
Good job,
And,
Marco.
Yeah.
So,
it's
few
been good.
questions. I'm gonna dig a little. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So since Marcole is with us and she's very good, at speaking in front of the camera, Marcole, was that your first ER shred?
No, I worked for a short time when
Yeah.
Jason outside of our home. I've always worked in our home or with our own business for
Right.
the last 25 years.
Okay.
But I worked for a little bit while Jason was recovering from his brain surgery. And I did it a few times at work. But I'm one of those that when I don't eat, I get a little, and so I have a hard time with the 2-day.
You mean you're a woman?
Yeah. And so
Just a little hang.
My mom used to get nasty. Like if we didn't get, because my dad could go all day without eating, no problem. And I remember my mom used to say, all of a sudden she would just snap and be like, Tony, we need to eat. And then John Gray from the stage, he said, if a woman is ever hungry, stop everything. Stop everything.
yeah.
Feed the woman.
Yeah, but this last 11 day that we did, I was actually able to do the 2 days cleanse like perfectly.
Yeah.
We were literally flawless.
Yeah.
And so I have done it here and there, but I've never been able to do a full, solid with all the cleanse days.
Okay.
But I did this
Yeah.
time and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. So, Jason, what were you going to say?
So just real quick, back to last year, November to January, I dropped like 45 pounds.
No, we can't. You got to hold that thought. I
Okay.
got to dig a
All right,
little
sorry.
further with Marcole.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
Okay.
What non-scale victories? Because that's like, we're so digging on that. Like what
Yeah.
non-scale victories have you noticed with the R shred?
My kids would probably be the one to ask that question to, but I think I'm a little more patient. And I am a list maker. Like I have a real addiction to notebooks and lists, and like
We have a
it's
lot in
borderline.
common.
Like it's borderline put me in a straitjacket. So
This is it. This is the straight jacket.
yeah.
We've undone it.
We
So-
should hang out, Marco.
Just for the video. We
Like
had,
make our list together.
Oh my god.
Do you like cats? Like, are you obsessed
Do you
with
like
cats?
cats? Please say yes. Please say yes.
Yes.
when
Yes.
we met. Yeah.
Yes. I love that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's
Said cats.
cats.
Yeah, cats.
Cats or hats.
Cats.
When we met, she had 3 cats.
Yeah.
Ah, there it is.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So what, anything else you noticed around, well, you go ahead. Anything else you noticed?
So just I think I'm a little calmer, and then my lists are a little less crazy. They feel a little more, what's the right word? They feel a little more not so, I don't feel quite so scatterbrained.
Yeah, a little less scattered. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. So that I'm sleeping better. I'm kind of one of those people that I fall into bed at midnight and my eyes open at like 4:30. I'm just not a good sleeper. My mind just goes and goes.
Right.
And so I've noticed I'm sleeping better.
Yes.
So that's been good.
Congratulations.
So, and I feel more confident. My skin, yes.
Yeah.
He told me I had a glow, and I went, no, I will kill you if I have a glow.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
That's
No
the shredder glow.
Yeah. the
No.
shredder.
No, we had a surprise at 40. I don't want a surprise at 45.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys are a lot of fun. Okay, Jason, now what were you gonna say?
Oh, that's okay. No, I was just gonna talk about that. You know, I dropped a whole bunch of weight, and then I continued. You know, I hit my 195 plateau. That's like where I lived forever, was 195, and I'm at 120 or 170 now. So I've only released another 25 pounds since like January, but I'm also building the guns, and my hormones were totally whacked with that whole
I remember.
tumor thing, right? The medical issue. So my body this year has been just rebuilding, recovering, hair, lean mass, and vitality and sex drive. And yeah, we're on our second vacation in a really short amount of time because we need a little alone time. The Cancun was family vacation, and we're having a honeymoon.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So for me, it's just been about youth. Like it's been more anti-aging. I hate to even admit it at 47, but I felt 97, there for a while. And so not only have I come back to 47, but I feel 27 again. And that's just been a constant this year, has just been energy and vitality and strength and, just focus, mental clarity, all that stuff, all of that stuff that even better than I had when I was young. But doing this together has been incredible. Now she's really just starting to pull me along now, which is cool because when one falls, the other can pick the other one up, I guess.
It makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very fortunate.
Yeah. It's always the case. When one's down, the other one's up, and we just kind of help keep each other up.
Yeah. This guy, I talked to a friend of mine this last week. He goes, Sean, I just want to take it a little further, just a little further. And it was a fun conversation, but in the end, we determined that, what is hard, what is challenging for him is that his wife is not on board. And therefore there's just a little bit of, conflict there. And, so he has to make some concessions for the sake of the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
my
neat
mom's
to have him
struggle.
on board.
My mom really wants to do ER shred full time, and she struggles because my dad's not on board.
Yeah.
And he's also a chef, and they owned a restaurant and catered for years. So he's
Yeah.
a total foodie. And
Yeah.
so she has just really struggled. So it's been a huge blessing for us to link arms and to do this together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
For sure.
cute couple.
I know. This is the
Hey.
first time I've met
What a
you,
cute
Nicole.
couple.
I look cuter when I'm sitting next to her.
You
That's
do,
why
actually.
you
honestly,
do.
I brought her on just because
I would
don't
agree with
have
that.
this hair. Like I wanted my hair to be golden and
Yeah.
beautiful today, and I couldn't do it, so I had to bring her.
All right. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
I got one more
Go
thing.
ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to say, I've been vibing lately off of the whole Lenny and Bob's video about
Yeah.
gratitude and turning the business upside down and the tree and being the roots and all of that. But I think what I've really vibed the most about is this idea of being a hero. And
Yes.
wait, hold on. I think I see somebody now that might need me.
What are we doing?
Yeah. I'll be right back, Sean. Right?
I love that.
All right, he's gone again. So back to you.
What an absolute stud. Let's all clap
That's
for
awesome.
Jason. That was
Thank you,
fantastic.
Jason. Love that. Thank you, Michael.
What a
All right, thanks.
I love that. I love ER shredders so much. Can I just say that? You're
That's
amazing,
awesome.
man. That was Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar. You're the next Iron Man, baby.
He is
All
such a nerd. He'll always be a nerd. He's just a nerd.
Hey,
We like
man.
nerds.
We love nerds.
Yeah.
We love love you guys. Thanks for
Okay,
coming
bye.
on.
I
Thanks,
gotta
Sean.
run, but I'm so glad I
Okay.
got to be here for this. So I'll be listening in.
All right,
All right.
thanks.
One last question. Who was the superhero who shared ER Shred with you? Do you remember?
My mom.
Oh,
Damn, that's cool.
That shared Isa in the beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
You're the one who shared ER Shred.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you, man. Thank
was-
you. I dig the hero thing too.
Yeah,
I
that's
dig
so
that. Crystal kisses me now, but like there's no lips. So she parts it. She actually parts it.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
doing this right. Okay. Okay. It's No Shave November. I didn't shave and this is what happened. All right. Next up, we have I'm gonna go with well, this will be fun to do it in reverse. Brandy King Heel, I think it is.
Hi, it's Brandy Heil.
Kyle, forgive me.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for coming on. I'm gonna write I'm gonna just write it down so I never pronounce your name wrong again.
Okay, so look, I'm a school teacher and I teach my kids that HI is high. So you'll never forget. Hi.
Very cool. So where are you calling from?
So I'm from San Diego.
Cool.
And I have been with Isagenix for 7 years.
Wow.
And I originally was very skeptical to even start Isagenix.
Yeah.
But I watched a girlfriend quietly, of
Mhm.
course, for a long time. And when I jumped in, I was full throttle and
Yeah.
I lost 80 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But then
Fantastic. So that was 7 years ago.
yeah. And
Hey,
I
real
kind
quick,
of just
who-
stayed at a standstill.
Real quick, what's your passion? I know you said you're a teacher. Is that your passion as well?
You know, I actually love just to help people. My
I love
passion is just helping people. And my motto is look for the good and be the good. So I'm always telling my kids, look for the good, be the good in this world.
Be the good, be the good.
Look
I
for the
love
good,
that
be the good.
mantra. That's beautiful. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, and so who shared ER Shred with you?
Okay, so my girlfriend Melanie is on here, and
Melanie Stout.
Melanie Norton Stout, yes. And she actually was talking with Lisa. And
Bruner.
yes. And
These are the superheroes. I like this. You're the hero. They're the superheroes. I like this. Okay.
Hey, well, I have to tell you, I wanted nothing to do with it initially. I was like, no. This.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Because I was like, butter? Are you kidding me? Butter? What am I like? I've been taught butter is bad, right? Like,
right.
no, I can't do butter. And then meat? Are you kidding? Like, I don't eat that much meat.
Right.
But for real, you know what? I got to a point where I was like, I don't feel so good with what I'm doing. So why not? Right.
Okay.
So why not give it a try?
So your journey, just so that we have a storyline, you dropped 80 pounds. What happened between then and now? You know, I'm sure life happened. Did you gain it back? Did you gain some of it back? How did that look?
I kept most of it off except for about 20 pounds. I'd go up and down, up and down.
Okay.
And you know what? In all honesty, I felt a little guilty because I was building a team and I felt almost like a fraud.
Me too. Me too.
Yes. And I was like, you know what? This is really hard to continue to be cheerleaders for everybody else, but not my own cheerleader. Yep. And I felt like a fraud. Like, how can I continue to build this business and share the products that I love? I mean, I loved these products.
Sure.
But I wasn't seeing the results that I once had. And so for me, it was just a little tricky to continue to share these products when I wasn't getting the results that you
are being very vulnerable. And I want to just say thank you for that, for your vulnerability, because it was hard for me to admit what you're admitting right now. It was really hard for me to admit that because I would always have to put on the smile. I would always have to be, you know, they say, don't complain to your downline. Don't complain to your downline. And so it's like, gosh, you know, at what point can I just be honest and real? And so I just wanted to thank you for that.
Well, and two, when I would see some of my team not having results too, and I wouldn't have the answers because I was struggling with the same things. Yeah. And loving the products wasn't enough.
Right.
And so I got to a point, you know, like I said, I'm a school teacher, I'm a mom, I have a 13-year-old and I have an 11-year-old, and life is busy. Life is just very, very busy. And I got to the point where I was like, I don't feel good. I just don't feel like myself anymore. And so that fake smile that you're talking about, I put it on every day.
Yeah.
And that was hard. And so when Melanie and Lisa said, we've got this new protocol, and I said, all right, fine. What's this protocol? What do I do? And after I looked at all the guides, I'm like, this looks pretty simple to follow. Like, just it's simple. And so once I did the first 11 days, I lost 16 pounds, my first shred. And I was in disbelief, like total disbelief.
Right.
But what I found more so than just the scale was that all of a sudden, you know, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning and I go all day long with my students and my boys, and I'm running around. I get home from practice at 8:15 at night. And I used to be like, I'm so tired. Is it time for bed? And now I'm like, oh, it's 9:30. I still have things to do and I have energy. And so it was the energy more so than the weight. The weight was like a bonus.
Yes.
This was the energy that I had. And my family was like, what are you doing? You're just eating meat. So they couldn't understand it. And so I did 2 more sheds. I'm down 25 pounds and 16 inches. And I can't wait. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh, I got to keep doing this.
Yes. Fantastic. Congratulations. I have to know, what about those, did you have that moment where you came alive? Did you have that moment, or was it more just a constant, like it just kind of gradually compounded, or was it like a moment where you're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm 13 years old again. This is insane.
Okay, so I'm 48 years old right now. And after my first 11 days, I was giddy. I mean, I was talking to Melanie and Lisa and I'm like, drum roll, guess what? And I just had all this energy and excitement. Like, you know how when you first start Isagenix and you have that breath that's just into you and you have all these people that are loving on you and everybody is like rowing in the same direction? That's what I felt when Melanie and Lisa introduced this to me and I completed my first shred.
Yeah.
That's how I felt again. Like I've got a team and we're rowing together and
Yeah.
there's all these people that understand how I feel. And it was just a blessing, but it was probably after, I want to say sometime within that first shred, I just was like, this is it. This is it. No more hiding it. This is it.
When you say this is it, are you saying this is it? I need to help people with this? Is that what's going through your mind?
Well, and initially I wanted to be kind of quiet about it because I was like, this can't be like this. How can this be? Right. I'm eating butter. But now I'm like, are you kidding me? I have to tell people about this, right? Like, I don't want to keep it a secret.
I'm so happy to hear that.
I feel great though. I feel really good. Like I hadn't in a long time.
I love that. Congratulations. What about non-scale victories for you?
It's like I said, it's the 9 o'clock and I still got energy to go. Like I'm still like
It's
ready
rolling.
to go. Yeah.
I couldn't be more happy for you. I know everything you're saying is speaking so much to my heart. I want you to know that because I feel like we walked the same path.
Okay.
And I, more than anything ever in my whole life, I love to be authentic. I love to say what I feel and I love to mean what I say. And I love to open up my book and let everybody see it. I'm an open book. What you see is what you get. You see what I'm saying? And I love helping people and I love feeling armed. Like I love feeling armed that I've got this thing, man, and I can help anybody. I can help everybody. And if I meet you, there's a very high likelihood that I'm going to help you, not from a place of sales, not from a place of opportunistic or ambitious or entrepreneurial, none of that. It's so sincere. It's so pure. People need this knowledge. They need this protocol. What about the community? Have you noticed anything around that?
Well, like I said, my Melanie and Lisa, like it started out just the three of us. And I feel almost like it was like a secret, like, let's test it out to see if it works. It was kind of secretive because like for real, because it's undoing everything I've ever known.
Yeah.
Right. So I felt like it's a secret, but Melanie's I know she's going to talk tonight, but it has just exploded. Like just people supporting each other. Like I said, when I first started Isagenix, it felt like that at the very beginning and it kind of dwindled a little bit. But now I feel that excitement and that like for real, people are cheering you on right now. That is the best feeling.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Thank
You're
you.
amazing. I'll look forward to seeing you in the group. I hope everybody will go and follow you in the group and we can all do that for each other, charge each other.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up. Well, we have to move to Melanie right after that, don't we? Because it's just a chain reaction there. So Melanie Stout, are you out there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, I love your Christmas tree.
Well, we're cleansing, right? So I was like, okay, let's get this Christmas stuff done, right? Do the busy work, drink the bone broth.
Stay busy. That's right. Stay busy.
Yeah, you clean out the closet.
I want to ask you as a superhero, you're a superhero, Brandy becomes a hero. Why is she a hero? She saved herself.
Yep.
My father always taught me everybody loves a hero. Everybody loves a hero. And guess what? Everybody can be a hero because everyone's the hero of their own story. So when I think of these people reclaiming what was lost and taking back control, I think of heroes. I really do. So you are now the superhero as it relates to you and others, or the super Lisa are heroes to Brandy. How does that feel to hear her talk like that about you?
Oh, it's so exciting because it's the best part of what we do. I'm like Brandy, like I just want to serve help, whatever I can do to a fault, but it's okay, and like she said, having the excitement. We started with a little private message because I'll share my stories, you ask me questions, but a little private, the three of us, like we're not telling anybody, like we're just off our pages, off our everything, hiding out, going, okay, I was a vegetarian. I mean, the last year and a half, I started eating some meat, maybe once a month or a couple bites or, that's it. But I ate eggs, lots and lots of eggs and some fish. That was it for maybe 5 years. I don't even know how long.
Okay.
So, when they said do a shred and then I looked at it, I'm not anti-meat. It just, I was a bodybuilder, diet for all my life since I was 15. I'm 56 now. So I just couldn't stand meat anymore. Like I don't want 4 ounces of chicken ever again in a Tupperware container. So when I looked at it, I kept counting. I'm like, okay, I have to eat meat 7 times because I'm going to cleanse 4 days. Okay, I think I can do it. How many eggs? I'll eat a lot of eggs. So that was how I started too. I was skeptic, but I think like a lot of people, we're at a place where we just are ready. I need to shift something, especially right now with everything we've all been through. I need to shift something.
You need to shift something. Okay, pause there. Where are you calling from? Where are you from?
Marietta, California.
Marietta, California. What is your passion?
Helping people, definitely. I mean, definitely helping people. So
I love that. And isn't it fun when people that have that mutual, thing going on come together? That's pretty fun. So with that said, I know you in particular, vast experience with Isagenix, right? How long have you been in Isagenix?
8 years.
8 years in Isagenix. I also know about you that you did impact positively a lot of people, a lot.
Yeah.
And you had a major impact and you were rewarded, for doing so. I know you hit high ranks in terms of reaching a lot of people, helping a lot of people, so on. Give us your story about what unfolded that ultimately led you to ER Shred. Well, and if it's too much,
I'll keep it tight. I'll keep it tight because I think, looking at the world we're in today, right? This last couple of years, we all got to a place that, maybe wasn't comfortable. Everybody had different circumstances that they had to deal with, but all of our circumstances changed rapidly.
Right.
So I was one of those people, obviously, and I think desperation, honestly, I would never have done meat, butter, meal. I bought bacon. My daughter forgot to pick it up for me at Costco. I was like, dang it. I would have bacon. I don't know, 2000. I don't even know when I had bacon last, right? But it smells good. I mean, nobody can deny how stinking good bacon smells and tastes, right? So now I'm eating 5 pieces of it, frying my eggs up in grease. And it's just, and I understand fat adaptive because I am into working out and all that. I fully understand it. I was just I didn't want to do it. Like who doesn't want to? That's why I never competed in bodybuilding. I didn't want to cut all my carbs out. Like forget it. That sucks. But with the fat and with our shakes, I analyzed our shakes. I watched the videos on incubating our shakes. I know what our shakes have in them. I was like, okay, this has all the nutrients I need. I've been living on their shakes nutrient wise for my body for 8 years. They've changed my life, probably a lot of people's lives, but incubating them is a game changer, no doubt. Right.
So why? For what reason is it a game changer? What have you, I am not the science, but what have you heard? What have you noticed with people, with yourself?
It's what I notice because I'm very in tune to my body, right? When you're athletic and that's your lifestyle, you know your body, right? Whether you're doing good to it or bad to it, you know it. And right away, I believe in whey protein. Coming back from the 80s, I'm an Arnold girl. So give me some heavy weight and some, whey protein and raw eggs and we'll do our thing. But I'm not that girl anymore. But give me a protein shake, an Isagenix protein shake, and I feel amazing. But I was vegan, so I was using the dairy-free line. And I had a lot of conflict with that in the beginning because I believe in whey protein. But what I noticed with incubating it is there's no discomfort. So what's beautiful is that everybody can use it. I'm like, just incubate it, you'll see, because a lot of people can't, right? They get bloating or discomfort, things happen. I've used it for 8 years. I still mix and match both of them. So I've always used it, even used the kosher for a long time. I liked that for a while. So that's
have you noticed less discomfort with your people?
100%. And my people grew because I didn't want to tell anybody. I'm a vegetarian. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. Well, Mel, you look good. I'm riding my bike with my crew. They're like, Mel, you look like I'm doing this thing. You know, they all know what I do. I've been doing it 8 years, but you know how athletes are. So you're just like, well, I don't even talk to them anymore. I just ride.
Who shared ER Shred with you?
Lisa.
Lisa,
So,
isn't she amazing?
She's so
Lisa,
sweet.
and it's Bruner, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
Very calm, very sweet, very loves to help people, you know, just loves to help people. And so we were having a business conversation. I think I was reaching through my downline and she's like, Melanie, you got to try this. And, you know, she's so sweet and so nice. I was like, no.
You're like, I ain't afraid to reject you. You're too nice.
I'm not eating meat. Are you kidding? But I put on 20 pounds. I didn't have any clothes that fit, not even my cycling clothes. Like, this isn't me. Right. So fine, I'll eat meat 7 times, Sean, because you told me to. And I did. And I felt amazing right away. Yeah. I thought I'd be constipated. I mean, let's get real. How am I going to ever go to the bathroom? Like, you don't even have Isoflush in there. So I was like, I'm going to take Isoflush. I'm going to be done. I didn't need any of that. Right. My body felt stronger. I wanted to start lifting again. Like, I'm still incorporating that, but I wanted to lift again. I could feel like the shakes, you can feel it absorbing. It feels, if you really pay attention, you can tell, you know, and
I know because when my body, I couldn't drink my own shakes for 10 years. That's why I felt so disingenuous. And then when I was able to finally start taking them, my body exploded. Yeah. My body exploded because I could absorb what was there without all the waste product. Very exciting.
Yes. I love the science behind it. If people haven't seen the video, like, watch it because it's incredible. It makes it takes everything to a whole nother level, right?
Yeah. So, okay. So did you have that moment where at some point in the protocol, you're like, something clicked and you're like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I feel so freaking good.
Yeah, I think it was after my first cleanse. We know that cleansing is amazing, but you know, I'll be honest, I've always been able to do all the shakes. I love them. So I'm a shake girl, but I can never get through a 2-day cleanse. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but you know, I like to eat a lot. So I just never could make it through. And that bone broth, I had the bone broth since it came out. I hadn't even really used it. I knew it was good, whatever, but you know, this is kind of how I was using some of the products, not enough, right? I added that in, and that was just a full-on game changer. Plus being ready for the cleanse ahead of time was saturated, you know, with saturating my body with all the nutrition, having the meat in me, having the fats in me, having everything in me that my body needs to be prepared to go into it. Wow. Like, yeah, exactly. I was like, whoa.
What are your results you can share with people?
So that first shred, I lost 6 pounds and 13 inches. And I was like, I'm in menopause. So, you know, I'll just give it to you all real because I know there's women out there. So I'm sweating right now with a hot flash. Okay. So it's like, it's the real deal here. And nothing would budge, nothing. And that's depressing. So you kind of get to a place where you're already going through all this stuff in your life anyways, going through your hormone change. Now you're just like, whatever, right? And this gave me my life back. I'm knocking on doors going, I'm going to get my sexy back. Like, I'm going to get the real sexy one. You know, the girl that was way back there, that one, you know, I have a tool that I can use that can get that all the way back. Before it was like, God, if I just get kind of back into some of my clothes. Now it's like, no, man, I'm going to look good. I'm going to roll into my 60s like just, you know, super grandma.
I love that. I love that. Someone put a post out. They said, Isagenix or ER Shred is so expensive. I had to buy a whole new wardrobe.
I saw that. It was so true. I hope that's true. I'd love that, you know.
Okay, so how long ago was that you went on it?
So I don't know, Brandy knows, she's our tracker. It was
September, beginning of September, September
Okay.
17th.
Okay.
I know,
Okay.
yeah. Told you, Brandy knows all
September.
this stuff. She's the best.
So my gosh, with you and Lisa and Brandy, like we're batting 100% here. This is nuts, like nutty good, right? Really special stuff. What non-scale victories for you?
So the first thing that comes to mind, honestly, I mean, I guess you want mine physically but it's about somebody else. It's about the group that we have that's going on. It started with 3, never wanting to share. My roommate and best friend in the whole entire world I have lived with her for the last 5 years, gone through so much health-wise, never uses my products, has other products delivered to the house by Amazon daily. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're best friends. She knows everything about what I do, but they just weren't working. And what's amazing is her results. They bring tears to my eyes because I know how much that means to her. I know what's happened. And that's probably the most incredible non-scale victory for me personally, is that she is alive again, like feels alive, exercising, riding her bike, because I want to go do some stuff. Like, I want to go climb the mountains and do the stuff. And these are the people that are in my world that I love the most. And they want to do it too now because they feel good.
I love it. Would you say there's a shift in energy? It's like you drive by a mountain before ER shred. You look at the mountain, you go, that'd be nice to hike one day. I wish I could go hike that mountain. And then when you're an ER shredder, you look at it and you stop the car and you're like, I'm going to go hike that mountain right now.
Yes. And
I think I'll go hike that.
That's what the beauty is, because people will feel that. I wonder how many people, I will go hike the mountain. Even if I'm out of shape, I'll get to the freaking top. I don't care. But that was for Jesse, freaking. I didn't. But it's really beautiful. And I know you know this because you've done this forever. All these people on this screen and all these people that watch this, they're going to feel that too. Like, whatever it is that they've been wanting to do, when they take action, they're going to want it too. They're going to be able to say, I can do that now, or I see an end in sight because now you got us moving and different things. I'll be able to do that.
How's the word capable?
Yeah, that makes me want to cry. It just, you always bring us to tears somehow, but that's how excited I am.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, friend. What's the future hold for you?
I'm gonna get my sexy back. And then, in the process, the poor people that come around my path, I went from never wanting to tell anybody that I'm eating meat to go and give me. Somebody texted me and said, "Oh, you gotta go to." I would eat In-N-Out. I don't think it's grass-fed or anything, but now they're telling me these, like, I don't know what they call these burgers that they eat now, but when there was a name for it, alligator or whatever it was, you got to go get them, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'll make my own. I have my own, but it's just fun to know that, I really have another tool. I think we have a lot of tools, but it's this one, I think has just really translated. It's like 8 years ago when just like Brandy said, when I put all the products in my body and I lit up like a light bulb. That's how I feel now.
For me, Melanie, talking to you the other day
Mm-hmm.
was tremendous. It was, I think we ended up talking for almost 2 hours. I can't remember, but we had a conversation. We had a heart to heart. We talked about what's really important. And we talked about, what is our mission? What is our objective? What is our dream? And I felt so, and I confided in you a lot, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because I felt like, wow, one of these fate moments where you find someone that's sincerely cut from the same cloth. I'm so excited to have you on board. I'm so excited to see what unfolds from here.
Yeah, me too. And thank you for that time, because that was a lot of time. I know you're a busy man, and thank you for taking us back to our roots and bringing the heart out of just serving and helping people, because that's what this world needs.
Yes. And there's no shame in bringing sexy back.
No, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
No shame in it. There's no shame in it.
Exactly.
All right. Love you, friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We've got one more tonight, you guys. Let me make sure I got everybody. Is Mark Key out there, though? We do have one more for sure, but is Mark Key out there? I'm just going to put that out there. Anybody see anyone on named Mark Key? All right, no problem. Then we're going to move on to my new friend, John Bear. Are you there?
What did you just call me?
John Risley. How's that? Risley
Very
Bear.
good.
Risley
Now you got it.
Bear. Because John's last name, I didn't know how to pronounce it. So he said, it's just think Grizzly and take off the G.
Exactly. I don't know why it's so hard.
It's not hard now that you gave me the little trick. Like everybody says Seabright for Bob, Seabright. And he's like, Sean, I pronounced his name wrong for like 15 years. And then he goes, Sean, just think live right, sieve right, live right, sieve right. It clicks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know.
That's a pretty killer beard you got going on there, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like yours better, though. It's thicker.
I like yours. Thank you. So, John, who shared ER Shred with you?
He didn't share it. He shoved it down my throat. That's Ricky.
Ricky.
He literally said, now mind you, you know what he went through last month.
I do.
And
Ricky Rivera, everybody, in case you don't know, Ricky Rivera and Ashley Crummery.
They were in a very nasty car accident. And as soon as I heard about it, as soon as my wife heard about it, she looked at me and said, bye. And I live up by Chicago. They were down in El Paso. And mind you, this is where my story kind of takes an interesting twist, because for the last 4 years, I've been prohibited from driving more than 2 hours at a time. From here to El Paso was 27 hours. Mm-hmm. And my wife looked at me without even batting an eyelash and said, bye, have a nice trip. Because my health had taken such a nasty turn. Well, when I get there, Ricky goes, thank you for being here. Now I'm going to give you something. And he basically shoved ER Shred down my throat for the month of October that I was down there. But after the first 11 days, the changes were astounding, because for the last 11 years, I've been disabled. Mm-hmm. I couldn't walk without assistance. It had gotten to the point to where after 32 years of being in pain, I couldn't stand it anymore. And because I'm genetically immune to every painkiller on the market, there was nothing they could give me to relieve the pain. And Mayo Clinic described my pain to that. Now, the women will understand this, men may not. They described it to me as being in labor for 12 hours without an epidural. And that's how I started every day. And it just progressively got worse throughout the day. Mm-hmm. And yet I was living and functioning as best I could under those conditions. After the first 11-day shred, the pain was gone. There was no more pain. I was walking without assistance. I was able to walk hundreds of yards at a time without stumbling, falling, feeling weak, or just being unsure. I'm a guy who has always worked with my hands in one way or another, and my hands shook all the time. I couldn't stop them. I could not do fine motor skill items anymore. Now I'm getting back to where I can do those things. And I swore to myself I wasn't going to cry, but yet I can't help it.
God damn, man. Like you're making me cry.
The doctors had pretty much written me off, and they were just treating the conditions that they know I have. And then I went and I had to go see my neurologist today for a follow-up from an MRI back in August. And I had her in tears because she looked at the MRI. Now, this was before ER shred. This was before the protocols or anything. But she looked at me and goes, I don't know how, but your previous MRI showed a decrease in brain mass and some abnormalities that shouldn't be there. Yet your new MRI shows your brain has gone back to what it's supposed to be.
Mm.
And to see me walking and functioning and doing things like I should be doing astounded her. And she even asked me how and why and what changed. And when I told her, she just looked at me and says, keep doing it. Because prior to going to Texas, I was on 13 medications a day, including antidepressants, antipsychotics. No, I'm not psychotic. Well, that's debatable. But I'm not taking any of those anymore. I've been taken off of everything as of today.
Under the supervision of a medical doctor. Yeah.
Yes.
Good job. That's all we recommend, is that if anybody considers doing such, that they do so under the supervision of a medical doctor. Now, John, holy crap, man. Like, this is insane. Like, this is really amazing. I don't even know where to begin. Did you have something else you wanted to share just now?
Not really. That's
Okay.
about it. I mean, you made a comment about driving up and seeing a mountain and wanting to climb it.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I grew up in California.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in California. I grew up going to Yosemite every year, every summer during the 70s. And I would hike the mountains from Mariposa to Yosemite.
Yeah.
Which is 30 miles through the mountains.
Yeah.
I haven't hiked a mountain since the 90s.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't.
Yeah.
First, it was time. I didn't think I had time because I was busy with corporate America. And then I just physically couldn't.
Yeah.
Hell, I had a hell of a time just walking from my front door to the car.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at mountains and going, I'm coming back.
Yeah. Yes, you are. I hiked a mountain with Ricky, actually.
He told me.
Yeah, I did.
I'm getting to the point to where I feel like I can do it again.
Yeah.
And I miss that. So I got your point. I really got a kick out of it when you said now under ER shredders are driving up to the mountain going, stop, I'm going to climb you. Because that made sense to me.
Yeah.
And it's weird at 55 to start thinking that I'm going to go climbing mountains again, because I haven't done it for so long.
Oh my God, it's going to be unbelievable when you do it. God, it's amazing.
Well, it'll be with Ricky, so.
Yeah, I'd love to join you guys, man. That'd be pretty special. Hey, measurables. How much, when did you start ER Shred?
First week of October.
First week of October. Oh, by the way, my dad, Tony Escobar, in the chat said, oh my John, what a great Testimony. My dad's a pretty special dude. You'd like my dad a lot. He's very down to earth and real. Very cool.
I try to like everybody. I mean, which is a strange contrast considering
Hey,
who I was.
let's try something here. Watch this. Hey, Dad. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this guy right now?
Well, it's bittersweet. He's been through a lot. Obviously, and he seemed to have restored his life.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful testimony to ER Shred.
Do you remember when you used to always say that people can be the hero of their own story?
He's a hero of his story, for sure. He's a hero to everybody else, too. He's inspiring.
I'm no hero. I'm just a guy. I'm just here doing the best I can do.
I think that we feel like you're a hero. Hey, Ricky, are you out there? Can you just unmute and ask how it feels to hear John share this in front of all of us publicly?
I'm over here bawling, Sean. It's so like, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I mean, you and I have had the talks. This is what I live for, is hearing people reclaim their life, to take it back, to actually get a chance to live and do what they loved once in their life, to have that again. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Batman here thinks the same.
Yep.
Corbin.
Yeah. Hi.
So, but I mean, I've been over here just, I got tears of joy for him.
Hey, man, it's the first time that I've ever heard of a literal forced ER shred feeding. Like, it's the first time I've ever heard of that, but it turned out well.
You know, hold on, bud. There was 2 people that came out for us in El Paso. John was one of them, and my mom-in-law was the other. And
Yeah.
both have concerns, and both have turned those concerns around, and I couldn't be happier for them. Literally, I get, if you could see it, I get goosebumps just talking about it. It is,
Dude, it makes you a superhero. Like you're literally, if you ever dreamed as a child, Ricky, of becoming a superhero later in life, like, I want to be a superhero, right? This is how superheroes would feel. This is how they would feel.
I truly believe that. I do. I truly believe that.
All right, I'm going to go back to John. John, as far as measurables, do you mind sharing how much you've lost since October 1st?
Since October, I've lost just short of 20 pounds.
Congratulations.
Since I've been back home, I've kind of fluctuated a little bit, but I've discovered that being up here in this humid environment is not good for me, because some of the pain is starting to come back in my legs. But that's being attributed to the environment.
Fascinating. Okay.
So Ricky and I have been working really hard on getting me back down to Texas as soon as possible.
Sure.
In fact, I wasn't even supposed to be able to be on this call tonight, but some things changed and here I am.
That's great. That's great.
So but I've also lost about 4 inches around my waist.
Congratulations.
I'm not real good at journaling, not real good at keeping track of everything like I should.
Yeah.
But, you know, the things that I'm measuring towards is, can I get back on a motorcycle? Can I start flying again? Can I start hiking again? Can I start hunting again? Can I start doing the things that I love to do without fear?
Yeah.
You know, those are my measurables.
I love that.
Because I'm one of those that when I went in the military at 17, they said, you can't weigh more than 195 pounds.
Mhm.
So they forced me down to 190 pounds from 220. Just that 30-pound difference put me in the hospital because I had less than 5% body fat. Now, anybody that understands the human body, your brain is automatically 5% of your body fat.
Mhm.
To be less than 5% means I'm losing part of my brain.
Sure.
And my body shut down.
Mm.
So the military went, okay, new plan. You can eat and weigh as much as you want as long as your body fat content does not exceed 15%.
Mhm.
I graduated boot camp, 8% body fat, 265 pounds.
Yeah, you're just a bigger dude.
They realized that there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to be big. I'm going to be a massive.
You there, John?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So that's amazing. 8% body fat, 265.
Yes. And you're pausing again. I'm pausing. Okay. There we go. Now I've got you back.
There you are, John.
I'm having issues with the internet for some reason. It
No
just
problem,
decided
John.
to go nuts on me.
Well, John, I actually just realized it's 7:08 and we probably need to cut it. Anything else you'd like to say in closing?
Thank you. To you, to Ricky. Oh, there is one thing I need to say. To Batman. I am sorry. I promised I would be there for your birthday, but I won't make it, buddy. I just, it's out of my hands.
You're a good dude, John. You're really a good dude. We love having you in the community. We love having you here. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, you guys, what a beautiful, emotional night. I just want to thank everybody for coming on. Jesse's not here tonight. In essence of time, we're just going to close it with that. We love you all so much. We will not have a call next week. So with Thanksgiving, eat a lot of turkey, eat a lot of butter, eat a lot of all the good things. And hey, if it's in your practice to have a little bit of a treat, you go right ahead, okay? Because this is a lifestyle born of empowerment. This is all about what serves us long-term. This is not a diet. Really, what you're hearing tonight, if you didn't notice, is full-blown empowerment. I mean, my God, it's blowing my mind. The results are giving people power. That power, you can feel it. You can sense it, like it's jumping through the computer. Can you guys feel that? Like it's nuts. And it's happening every day in our community at ershredders.com as well. And that just keeps getting better and better too. So please keep coming to the group. Please keep playing. Tomorrow night, Bob will have a call on shreddersunite.com. That's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And so please do join that if you're interested in sharing the shred. We love you all. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and unmute. If you guys all want to cheer on and clap for our participants, please do.
Amazing night, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you
you,
guys.
John.
You're amazing.
Bye.
Thank you,
everybody.
Nice to see you, girls.
Good night, guys.
Good, John. Good job. Man, unbelievable. Awesome. John.
What a call.
Yeah, John, you had me in tears.
What a call.
Wow.
Thanks, John, for putting it together.
When I heard John's story, I said, John, that's quite the story. And he's like, I don't see what's so special about it. And I'm like, dude, it's special. It's amazing. But every story here tonight is just amazing. So I appreciate his humility. All right, you guys, we're gonna sign off. Love you
Good
guys.
night.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Everyone be safe.
Happy Thanksgiving.
See you.